Tonight, we are getting new details about the tragic story in Tuscarawas County that our team has been following for you since the weekend.
A father and a 4-year-old child are dead, while their wife and mother is in a mental health facility. This is a story that has raised a lot of questions. And today, the sheriff trying to provide some answers to this tragedy. News 5's Nadine Abusada was there covering this story for you. Joins us now live outside the sheriff's office. Nadine, what have we learned?
Well, Katie, Damon, the sheriff's office is describing this as an unusual tragedy. They say the mother was in mental crisis, specifically spiritual delusion. And after talking to her family, they learned that there were incidents in the past, but harm was never a part of the discussion until now. This was the scene that first raised concern. A 911 call came into the sheriff's office Saturday morning after a mother, along with her 3 teenage children, crashed a golf cart into Atwood Lake.
There were actually people, according to witnesses, chasing the lady, the golf cart, through the grass, yelling at her to hit the brakes because they thought it was, careening out of control.
But as the story began to unfold, investigators realized something was off about this crash.
The first witness that arrives to help is asking the woman, does she need help up? And he tries to help, and she suggests to him not to help her, to just pray for her.
Rewind a few hours. Deputies say the family of 6 who belong to the Old Order Amish church were spending the weekend at Atwood Lake to relax. But early Saturday morning, the mother and the father went to the lake, where the sheriff says they were performing tasks for God.
Some of them were bizarre. Some of them were just swimming exercises. The most bizarre was that God told her to allow herself to be swallowed by a fish.
The couple returned to their camper, but the husband, disappointed in his performance, decided to go back to the lake alone.
He took his clothes off to attempt to swim out to prove his faith and likely drown accidentally.
That was the last time the husband was seen. Hours later, the sheriff says the mother took her 4-year-old in the golf cart towards the lake.
She began to express more that she had thrown the child in the water to give that child to God.
The sheriff's office says she then returned and picked up her 15-year-old daughter to perform similar tasks in the water, then did the same with her 18-year-old twins. When the children completed the task to their mother's satisfaction, investigators believe she had plans to go back to the lake.
And she drove around the lake erratically, praying a couple places. It's our understanding that she then heard the voice again telling her to drive into the lake.
Teens and their mother survived the crash. After a 2-day search, the 4-year-old and the father were found in different parts of the water.
They located the male 53 yards off the end of the dock on the bottom of the lake. And the divers are both telling me in both cases that the bodies were completely rested on the bottom of the lake.
Now, the mother is in a mental health facility, as you heard earlier, and for the children, they are with extended family. The sheriff's office also told us that the mother is expected to be charged with aggravated murder and possibly other charges to follow. Now, the family and the church did release a statement. I'm not going to read all of it, but to summarize, they thank law enforcement for their involvement, and they say they have been working with this family through their challenges, and they also received professional help in the past, writing that this does not reflect their teachings or beliefs, but is instead a result of mental illness. With all of that being said, still truly a tragedy. For that full statement, you can find it on our website, guys. It's just a storyline and a tragedy that you would never expect to hear, but it breaks your heart learning all the details.
Oh, it's just really difficult listening to the sheriff describe all of that. Nadine, a difficult story. We thank you for your reporting on this, keeping us updated.